Hi there, guys. This me and Henrik here from MFit Gym and Starstruck Dance Academy doing some gymnastics, and I don't normally do this with Henrik. However, he is newly 4, and the reason why he said he was going to help me do this today is so you can see it's not always easy to get your kids to do what you want sports-wise. For example, I'd love my son to be a gymnast. If he doesn't want to, I can't force it, So you're going to see how he likes this stuff, but doesn't really want to do it exactly when Mom is doing it. So we try our best, and we have to do the sports that they want to do. And so we're going to do things please don't do that, okay? We're going to do things a little differently today. And we're going to start with seesaws and handstands first. Okay, here we go. All right, so we're going to take one leg. Henrik, do you want to try this with me? We're going to take one leg and our arms up nice and tall. We're going to do something called a seesaw. This is actually part of our warm-up, okay? So we're going to bring our arms down as we lift our legs up. We're going to do this 5 times, okay? Henrik, do you want to try this with me? This is number 3. This is number 4. Now notice my hands come up when my foot comes down. This is number 5. All right, now we're going to switch our feet. The reason why we're switching our feet is we want to decide which foot feels more comfortable when we do this, because that's going to determine our handstand and our cartwheel leg, okay? All right, we're going to start with a lunge and a stretch, and we're going to do this 5 times. Henrik, you want to try this with me? Keep going. We got 3 to go. Lift the leg, hands go down. Keep going. All right, one more. All right, ta-da! We just finished our seesaws. Henrik, if you don't want to try, you can go back upstairs, okay? Because the kids that are watching want to try this. They want to get fit. They want to be healthy, and they want to try to do gymnastic stuff. I would love for you to help me. All right, the next thing we're going to do is something called a seesaw hop. So we're going to go with our favorite leg in front, which is a lunge and a stretch, okay? Now, the next thing we're going to do, can you please not do that, sweetie? Thank you. It's too noisy. All right, we're going to do, when we put our hands down on the floor, I want you to watch what happens with my foot. Watch what happens. I do a little hop with that foot, so this foot comes off the floor a little bit. Seesaw hop. Okay, one more time. Seesaw hop. Now, just for fun, let's do it with the other leg in front. Okay? Just for fun, let's do it with the other leg in front. So this leg goes up, these arms go up, and now we're going to try seesaw hop on the opposite foot. Seesaw hop. Okay, one more time. Seesaw hop. Now, by now, you should have realized which leg feels better. Which leg feels better when you do that seesaw hop or the seesaw, okay? Because whatever leg feels better, that's the same leg we're going to be practicing our cartwheels in a minute and our full-on handstands. Do you want to try this with me, Henrik? Do you want to try to do it? Okay, so before we get to that, we're going to do one thing that makes sure our hands and our shoulders are really strong. We're doing a video. Do you want to do the video with me, or you can go back upstairs? What do you want to do? You want to do it with me? I bet you could try this. I bet Henrik is strong enough to do this. Let's see. Come on over. We're going to put our hands down. We're going to do a little donkey kick. Pardon me. Why don't you just go upstairs? Sorry, he just dumped my water on my computer over there, so I apologize. Okay, but that's part of this, right? When we're trying to teach education, trying to work, trying to do everything all at once, that's just the craziness that happens. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do donkey kick. So we put our hands flat on the floor like so, and we're going to kick up like this. Now, when you do a donkey kick, it's kind of fun if you're able to also say or make the sound of a donkey. Hee-haw! Hee-haw! All right, do a couple more. Hee-haw! Hee-haw! Now, when you do that, the whole purpose of learning a donkey kick is so that your hips end up going right over your shoulders. So now I'm going to try to do a real donkey kick that shows you what we're trying to achieve when we do this. So watch my hips. They're going to try to go and balance over my shoulders. Now I have to kick a little harder to make that happen. But once you do that, it starts to really allow your body to know if you're strong enough to hold yourself up with your shoulders for a handstand, okay? All right, so now we're going to come up. Kick those legs out a little bit. Now, we need to stretch out our wrists. So we're going to clasp our hands together, do a few roller coasters, turn it around side by side like so, okay? Another roller coaster. Now shake it out, shake it out. Now we're going to lift our foot up and circle out our ankles, because if we're going to do some cartwheels, we want to make sure we have our ankles and our wrists ready to go, right? Okay, so now, before we get to cartwheels, we're going to do one more handstand thing. So if you were able to do your seesaw, you were able to do your seesaw hop, you were able to do your donkey kick, you might be ready to do a full handstand. So what I want you to think about is make sure to ask your parents' permission for this. Now, if you have something that you can kick against, like a wall, but make sure your parents say this is okay, then what you're going to do is you start kicking up towards something, oops, and then you're able to balance. I don't know if you can see me doing this, but I'm able to balance because I'm kicking up against a hard surface. This is also great to do in the garage or outside in the grass too, okay? So now, let's move on to cartwheels. Now, when you do a cartwheel, you want that same leg in front that you use to safely do your handstand, whichever one that was first. It's a lunge, okay? And I'm going to go back a little bit further so I can actually do a cartwheel in a little bit. We're going to bring our arms up like so. Now, just like the handstand, we're going to put our hands down, but do you see how I'm shifting my hands a little bit to the side? So we're going to put our hands down a little bit to the side, but they're not going to be forwards, they're going to be sideways, okay? Now that back leg is actually going to kick over so that we can do the handstand, but we're going to do a mini one first. So we stretch and we lunge, turn the hands, kick that leg over, and just do a little hop and finish. Okay, let's try that again. Lunge, stretch, turn the hands, put them down, bring that leg up like you're doing a seesaw. We're going to kick over and finish. Now, that might seem, if you have a 3 or 4-year-old, that is way too advanced. So what they can do is you put the hands down on the floor and you just start to hop side to side, okay? Make sure they're only landing on one foot before they stand up and finish. Once they get that down, then you can start to do a real cartwheel. All right, so a finished cartwheel is going to look like this. Lunge, stretch. Now, I don't have a lot of room, so I'm going to try my best. We're going down like we're doing a seesaw. We're going to turn our hands, and we're going to kick our foot all the way until we finish. Now, if you can see, what I'm in is a lunge. See my foot? I finish in the opposite foot lunge. Okay, so if I start like this, I actually finish in the opposite direction in the same lunge. Okay? All right, so one more time. Let's do this one more time. Lunge and a stretch. Bring your arms up. We go down like we're doing a seesaw. We turn our hands. We kick our foot and finish in a lunge. So again, this is the lunge. This is where I would start. So I could actually do another cartwheel again. So when we do progressive classes, we teach them how to pivot their foot to keep going, okay? So those are some of the basics with handstands and cartwheels. Now, I wanted to go over a few other things that we practiced before. All right, so the yoga style stuff we did was a teapot. So you're going to grab your foot, get your spout, and go forward in your teapot. Okay, so we're pouring the tea in the teapot. Now we come down. Now let's try it on the other side. Get your handle, get your spout, and go down in the teapot. All right, come back down. Now, if that was easy for you, then the next one we're going to do is an airplane. So we put our arms out to the side, and we go down in an airplane and hold it. All right, come down. Let's do the other side. Put your arms out to the side, lift one leg, and we hold in an airplane. Now, if this is too hard for them, they don't have to go as low as I am, but you can try. That's the airplane. Today we're introducing two new ones, which is the warriors. All right, so I'm going to show you a little bit from the side. Take one leg, it almost looks like a lunge. We're going to tilt the back heel in just a little bit, sit down low, and bring those arms up to the sky. You can even look up a little bit. This would be called warrior one, okay? We're holding here. We're stretching out that hip flexor. Now I'm going to pivot my back foot further as I bring one hand forward and back. I keep my tummy tight. I keep my front leg forward. This is our warrior two. So now I'm going to pivot back into the warrior one. And now I'm going to go into the airplane because that's almost a warrior three. Okay, now let's try it on the other side. Let's try it on the other side. Okay, so we have our lunge, right? We're going to bring up in a stretch, but it's actually, this is the yoga part of it. This is our warrior one. Okay, now notice my back foot. You have to tilt it in just a little bit. We try to keep our hips straight. Our hands are facing each other. Now from here, I'm going to pivot and open my chest. Keep my tummy tight. Keep my knees straight. This is a warrior two. All right, now I'm going to pivot back to a warrior one and go right into that airplane. Can you guys do that at home? Can you do that at home? This is so tricky, but we just try our best. And then we come down. All right. Very, very good. Okay, now, we've done a lot of different jumps here. Henrik, do you want to try and help me with some jumps? We did hitch kick. Remember that was like when we try to do skipping in place? And then we try to do kicking in place? Henrik, you can do a hitch kick. And a real hitch kick is arms go out to the side and we kick up. You can do either leg. Kick, switch. It's almost like doing a kick with the hop. That's our hitch kick. Remember this one where we reach up to the sky like we're doing a straight jump, only we do a half turn. We say hello, goodbye, hello, goodbye. Now switch directions. Hello, goodbye, hello. Okay, that's a half turn. What about a tuck jump? Guys, remember the tuck jump? Bring the knees up. Always finish in a safety landing. Knees up, finish in a safety landing. That is a very typical gymnastic style cheerleading. We do it in fitness all the time too. That is called the tuck jump. Now we're going to do a pike jump. That's where I bend at the hips and I reach for my toes, but we do it in a jump. Here we go. Pike jump, and then you finish in a safety landing. Do you want to try? Do you want to try a pike jump? We reach for the toes, land in a safety landing. Now, one jump that we don't do often, but we should do, is called a split jump. If you know how to do the splits, then you do the splits in the air. Okay, so one leg goes in front, the other leg goes in back. Okay, so my arms are going to lift up at the same time to give me a little bit of height, and it looks like this. Split jump. From the other side, it would look like this. Split jump, I try to keep my legs as straight as possible, doing the splits in the air. Okay, so that's another jump. Let's see, we have a few things that we're going to do on the floor, which is our cat and cow and our camel. Do you want to try the cat and the cow? You want to come over and try the cat and the cow? Okay, so we're going to get on all fours like this, okay? We're on all fours. Our knees are right beneath our hips. Our shoulders are right beneath our hands. And we're going to do the cat, meow, and the cow, moo. So when we do the cow, we drop our tummy to the floor. You want to try? You want to try? You can try. Come on over. So here we go. Moo, cat, meow, and a moo. the cow. Now, another animal we do is the camel. So our knees are right underneath our hips. We're going to open up our chest and we're going to try to touch our heels and open up that chest and belly. This one is so hard for me, but I'm still trying my best. That's called the camel. Again, we start in this position, you grab one heel, then grab the other, and you lift your chest and throw your shoulders back. That's called the camel. All right, now, let's take it down a notch. Let's just do our butterfly real quick. So we're going to put our feet together. We're going to flap our wings in the butterfly. And once we feel comfortable here, we're going to bring our nose towards our toes. Can you do this? Can you bring your nose towards your toes? Very good. Now we're going to try our 3 different bridges. All right? The first bridge we're going to do is we're going to slide our hands back. We're going to lift our belly button up to the ceiling. This is stretching our shoulders, our biceps, and it's also preparing our legs for what they have to do in a real bridge. All right, that's called a table bridge. Now, in between each bridge, we're always going to do a rock and roll. So we grab our knees and we do a rock and roll. Now we're going to do a yoga bridge. A yoga bridge is flat on the floor, hands by our side, and we're going to lift just our hips up. We squeeze our tush and push our shoulders back and lift our chest. Now when we come back down, we're going to do another rock and roll, okay? Whenever we do something with our back, we have to do the opposite, which would be a rock and roll. So when we arch it, we have to curve it, okay? So that's why we do the rock and roll. All right, the next thing we're going to do is a real bridge. A real bridge. This one's really, really tough. Okay, so in the real bridge, we're going to start with our feet nice and wide, okay? We're going to put our hands flat on the floor with pizza pie hands, and we're going to try to get our belly to the ceiling while taking our head off the ground. So get your pizza pies on the floor, lift your tummy up, and let's see that bridge. Let's see that bridge. Is your head touching the ground? We want it off the ground. Then we come down, and we do our rock and roll. All right, we do our rock and roll. Thanks for tuning in today, and next week we're going to have a lot more things to do with gymnastics, fitness, and yoga fun. Have a good day, everybody. Bye.